first time I ever sent a telegram.
Well, that's a pretty important time in a young fellow's life.
His name is Hash.
Hash?
That's the breed he is.
It's that little gizmo down there.
Yeah, I know what gizmo it is.
Don't forget, Daddy.
The 1950s weren't just television's golden age. They were its pioneering days when every show broke new ground. While names like I Love Lucy and The Twilight Zone live on, countless other shows helped shape what we now take for granted. Let's explore these forgotten gems that built television's foundation. Join us as we explore 20 remarkable shows from the decade when television changed America forever. Don't forget to subscribe to Past America for more nostalgic journeys through TV history.
You think Starkey was in trouble?
He was at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
This isn't.
Sent in a bill.
I asked you a...
Dragnet, 1951 to 1959. Just the facts. That's what Sergeant Joe Friday promised, and that's what Dragnet delivered. This groundbreaking police drama revolutionized television by bringing real crime cases to life with documentary-style accuracy. Jack Webb starred as Sergeant Friday, delivering his lines in a distinctive staccato style that became instantly recognizable. The show took viewers through the daily operations of the Los Angeles Police Department, following detailed police procedures rarely seen on television before. Every episode opened with the haunting four-note theme and the iconic words, "The story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent." Dragnet's influence on television crime drama cannot be overstated. It established conventions still used today, from the voice-over narration to the ripped-from-the-headlines approach. The show's commitment to realism set new standards for television drama.
Chief of
Space Patrol, 1950 to 1955. While Captain Video defended Earth, Space Patrol took viewers all the way to the 30th century. Commander Buzz Corey, played by Ed Kemmer, and Cadet Happy, portrayed by Lynn Osborne, protected the United Planets from their headquarters in Terra. The show began as a local Los Angeles broadcast before going national on ABC, running Saturday mornings, and eventually expanding to weekday evenings. Space Patrol distinguished itself with detailed model work and ambitious special effects that pushed 1950s technology to its limits. The series became a multimedia sensation, spawning a radio show, comic books, and a treasure trove of merchandise. Its sophisticated plots respected young viewers' intelligence, while its attention to scientific accuracy, by 1950s standards, earned praise from real-world scientists and educators. The show's dedicated fan club distributed official Space Patrol badges and secret codes to thousands of young space cadets.
In roaring rockets, they blast through the millions of miles from Earth to far-flung...
Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, 1950 to 1955. Based loosely on Robert Heinlein's novel, Space Cadet, Tom Corbett broke new ground in television science fiction. The show followed three cadets at the Space Academy, Tom Corbett, Roger Manning, and Astro, as they trained to become Solar Guard officers. What set this series apart was its commitment to scientific accuracy, featuring real scientific consultants who helped create plausible future technology. The show made television history by appearing on all four major networks of the era: ABC, CBS, NBC, and DUMONT. Frankie Thomas starred as Tom, bringing an earnest heroism to the role that resonated with young viewers. The series spawned novels, comic strips, and a line of popular toys. Its influence on space-themed entertainment continues to echo through science fiction today.
You know what, Flicka? We're gonna send a telegram.
Jock, Fred Neal?
He's lying on the floor of the telegram.
My Friend Flicka, 1956 to 1957. When CBS brought Mary O'Hara's beloved novel to television, they created something special. Shot in gorgeous color when most shows were still black and white, My Friend Flicka followed young Ken McLaughlin, played by Johnny Washbrook, and his special bond with a wild Mustang named Flicka. Set against the stunning backdrop of a Wyoming ranch, The show captured both the majesty of the American West and the touching relationship between a boy and his horse. While it ran for just one season, its 39 episodes set new standards for production quality in family programming. Gene Evans and Anita Louise starred as Ken's parents, bringing depth to what could have been a simple children's show. The series proved that television could deliver sophisticated family entertainment while celebrating the classic American values of hard work, family bonds, and respect for nature.
Of the Police Racket and Bunco Squad's Business Protective Association.
Racket Squad, 1951 to 1953. Captain John Braddock brought a new kind of crime drama to television. Based on real cases from police files, Racket Squad exposed confidence schemes and frauds that targeted everyday citizens. Reed Hadley starred as Braddock, addressing viewers directly to warn them about common scams. Each episode revealed how sophisticated con artists operated, teaching audiences to protect themselves. The show's documentary style and "this could happen to you" approach revolutionized crime drama. Filming took place at Hal Roach Studios, with attention to realistic detail in both sets and performances. The series ended each episode with Braddock's signature warning about the dangers of confidence schemes. Its focus on white-collar crime and consumer protection was ahead of its time. The show's influence can be seen in later crime series that emphasize public awareness and crime prevention.
His name is Hash.
Hash?
That's the breed he is.
Like a mongrel, but I bet he has some very nice...
Our Miss Brooks, 1952 to 1956. Eve Arden brought wit and wisdom to television as Connie Brooks, Madison High School's English teacher. Based on the successful radio series, Our Miss Brooks showcased intelligent female comedy rarely seen in early television. Miss Brooks navigated school politics, pursued the elusive biology teacher Mr. Boynton, and dealt with her penny-pinching landlady, all while shaping young minds. The show balanced workplace comedy with social commentary, addressing education issues that still resonate today. Gail Gordon starred as the blustering Principal Conklin, creating one of TV's great comic partnerships with Arden. Their timing and chemistry influenced situation comedy for generations. The series proved that a working woman could carry a show, paving the way for countless female-led comedies. Its smart writing and character-driven humor demonstrated television's potential for sophisticated entertainment. If you could bring back one classic TV teacher, would it be Miss Brooks or someone else? Share your choice and tell us why.
Gene, you look tired.
Oh, I'm wore out. I'm too.
You promised you'd do a little work around the house tonight.
Little work.
Life of Riley, 1953 to 1958. William Bendix starred as Chester A. Riley, the lovable but bumbling family man whose famous catchphrase, "What a revolting development this is," became part of American culture. This working-class comedy followed Riley, a wing riveter at an aircraft plant, as he navigated family life and workplace challenges. The show portrayed blue-collar family life with warmth and humor, tackling everyday problems that resonated with viewers. Riley's well-meaning interference in his family's affairs usually led to comedic disasters, resolved by his patient wife, Peg. The series broke ground by focusing on a working-class protagonist, showing that relatable family comedy didn't require an upper-middle-class setting. Its influence on family sitcoms and working-class representation in television cannot be overstated. The show's success proved that audiences would embrace characters who reflected their own daily struggles.
Say it was fun, it was exciting, and on for the marker, and she rests her neck.
You asked for it. 1950 to 1959. Art Baker hosted this pioneering audience participation show, where viewers wrote in requesting to see unusual sights, stunts, or demonstrations. The show traveled worldwide to fulfill these requests, bringing exotic locations and cultures into American homes when international travel was rare. Each episode featured several segments, from dangerous stunts to historical reenactment. sights. The series broke new ground in interactive television, making the audience part of the programming process. Camera crews ventured to remote locations, capturing footage that amazed viewers who had never seen such sights. The show's format influenced countless future television programs that relied on viewer participation. Its mix of education and entertainment proved that television could both inform and excite. The series demonstrated the medium's potential for taking viewers places they could never go themselves.
My first case. Oh, Counselor, you remember Whitey. Hi, Whitey, how are you?
But I brought along a...
Boston Blackie, 1951 to 1953. Kent Taylor starred as Boston Blackie, the reformed jewel thief turned private detective who helped the police solve crimes while fighting their lingering suspicion of his past. With his catchphrase, "Enemy to those who make him an enemy, friend to those who have no friend," Blackie proved that redemption was possible. The show pioneered the concept of the reformed criminal using his unique skills for good. Lois Collier played Mary Wesley, Blackie's girlfriend and crime-solving partner, while Frank Orth appeared as Inspector Faraday, who reluctantly worked with Blackie. Each episode featured clever mysteries that showcased Blackie's understanding of the criminal mind. The series influenced later shows about reformed criminals and outsider detectives. Its mix of humor, action, and mystery demonstrated how television could adapt popular radio characters for a visual medium.
Going that way, where there are two sheriffs.
The Cisco Kid, 1950 to 1956. Duncan Ronaldo and Leo Carrillo brought the adventures of the Cisco Kid and Pancho to vibrant life in this groundbreaking Western series. Filmed in color when most shows were black and white, it followed the Mexican caballero and his loyal friend as they protected the innocent across the Old West. Their catchphrases, "Oh Cisco" and "Oh Pancho," became part of television history. The show stood out for featuring Latino heroes who were clever, honorable, and always fought for justice. Each episode combined action, humor, and moral lessons as Cisco and Pancho outsmarted villains, rather than relying on violence. The series broke new ground in representation, though viewed through today's lens, some portrayals reflect 1950s stereotypes. Its influence on buddy partnerships and multicultural representation in television cannot be understated.
I have an idea.
Arabia.
Oh, that was last night.
Foreign Intrigue, 1951 to 1955. Shot on location across Europe, Foreign Intrigue brought international espionage to American television screens. James Daly starred as overseas press agent Michael Powers, who investigated mysteries and thwarted Cold War plots. The show's ambitious production values and exotic locations set it apart from studio-bound series of the era. Each episode featured authentic European backdrops and complex international intrigue, years before James Bond appeared on screen. The series dealt with sophisticated themes of post-war politics and global tension, treating its audience as intelligent viewers interested in world affairs. Its moody atmosphere and focus on international intrigue influenced countless spy shows that followed. The show proved that television could handle complex political themes while delivering exciting entertainment. Its legacy can be seen in every television series that ventures beyond American shores. With shows filmed across Europe and stories spanning multiple countries, which vintage TV series do you think had the most ambitious production for its time? Drop your thoughts below.
Oh, hi there. Oh, by the way, remember last week?
There isn't any adventure that a boy might have that I...
Mr. I Magination, 1951 to 1952. Paul Tripp created and starred in this innovative children's show that respected young viewers' intelligence and creativity. As Mr. I Magination, Tripp would board a magical train in his striped engineer's cap, taking viewers to the land of imagination. Each episode saw him transform into different characters, from cowboys to sea captains, teaching children about various careers and life lessons. The show combined live action, puppetry, and music to create an engaging educational experience. Its sophisticated approach to children's programming influenced later shows like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. The series proved that educational television could be both entertaining and respectful of children's capacity to learn. Its mix of storytelling and gentle education created a template for quality children's programming that remains relevant today.
Now, let's see. Your first name is Shirley West.
Was there anything of value taken?
Nothing was taken.
Martin Kane, Private Eye, 1950 to 1954. Before television had Philip Marlowe or Sam Spade, Martin Kane set the standard for small-screen private investigators. The show featured several leading men in the title role, including William Gargan and Lloyd Nolan, each bringing their own style to the hard-boiled detective. Kane solved cases in New York City while frequently visiting a tobacco shop, where the show's sponsor products were cleverly integrated into the plot. This pioneering approach to product placement influenced television advertising for decades. The series combined film noir atmosphere with straightforward detective work, establishing conventions that later crime shows would follow. Each episode featured Kane untangling complex mysteries while maintaining his trademark dry wit. The show's mix of crime solving and character development created a template for television detective dramas. Its success proved that radio detective shows could successfully transition to television. Flash Gordon, 1954 to 1955, Steve Holland brought the famous comic strip hero to television in this ambitious science fiction series. Flash Gordon, along with Dale Arden and Dr. Zarkov, protected Earth from space threats while exploring distant planets. Despite a limited budget, the show created impressive otherworldly settings through innovative use of props and early special effects. Each episode featured Flash facing off against various alien menaces, including his arch-enemy, Ming the Merciless. The series maintained the comic strip's sense of high adventure while adding Cold War themes relevant to 1950s audiences. Its influence on science fiction television cannot be overstated, proving that space opera could work on a television budget. The show's practical effects techniques influenced how later series would create alien worlds. Its blend of action, adventure, and futuristic technology established conventions that science fiction television still follows. Rocky King, Detective, 1950 to 1954. Roscoe Carnes starred as Rocky King, Inside Detective, bringing a unique approach to the police procedural genre. Set in the fictional 23rd Precinct of New York City, the show followed King as he solved crimes while dealing with an unseen wife who constantly called him at work. This personal touch humanized the detective genre in ways rarely seen before. The series stood out for its use of real police procedures and its focus on the human side of detective work. Each episode ended with Rocky calling his wife to wrap up the case, a signature element that added warmth to the hard-boiled format. The show's attention to procedural detail influenced countless police dramas that followed. Its blend of professional and personal life demonstrated how television could add depth to established genres. The series proved that police shows could balance action with character development. If you're enjoying these forgotten gems, make sure to subscribe for more television treasures. Captain Zero, 1951 to 1954. Roy Steffens created and starred in this unique series that combined science fiction with history lessons. Captain Zero, from his secret laboratory, used his time machine to observe historical events and occasionally prevent disasters that could alter the timeline. Each episode saw the captain and his teenage assistant Jet visiting different historical periods, from ancient Egypt to the American Revolution. The show's educational content was cleverly wrapped in science fiction adventure, making history exciting for young viewers. Despite modest production values, the series used creative techniques to bring historical events to life. Its blend of education and entertainment influenced later educational programming. The show proved that television could teach while it entertained, establishing a format that many children's shows would follow. Its respect for historical accuracy while maintaining excitement showed how educational television could engage young audiences. Death Valley Days, 1952 to 1957. Stanley Andrews hosted as the Old Ranger in this anthology series that brought true stories of the American West to television. Each episode dramatized real events from Death Valley and the American frontier, focusing on pioneers, prospectors, and settlers who shaped the West. The show stood out for its commitment to historical accuracy and authentic locations, filming many episodes in Death Valley itself. U.S. Borax sponsored the series, integrating their 20 Mule Team brand into the show's identity while maintaining historical authenticity. The series proved that television could blend entertainment with historical education. Real-life characters and events provided the drama, from gold rush adventures to tales of survival in the harsh desert. The show's influence on historical dramatization in television continues today. Its success demonstrated that authentic Western stories could captivate audiences without relying on gunfights and standard Western tropes. I Led 3 Lives, 1953 to 1956. Based on Herbert Philbrick's true story, Richard Carlson starred as a citizen who secretly infiltrated the Communist Party for the FBI while maintaining his normal family life. The show captured Cold War paranoia and anti-communist sentiment of the 1950s. Each episode showed Philbrick balancing his 3 identities: family man, Communist Party member, and FBI informant. The series featured actual Communist Party tactics and FBI countermeasures, claiming technical supervision from J. Edgar Hoover himself. Its documentary-style approach and claims of authenticity influenced later spy dramas. The show's opening warned viewers about the dangers of communist infiltration, reflecting the era's political climate. Despite its dated political message, the series pioneered techniques for creating tension in espionage drama. Its influence can be seen in later shows about double agents and undercover operations. The series demonstrated television's power to address contemporary political issues through drama. Meet Corliss Archer, 1954 to 1955. Ann Baker starred as teenager Corliss Archer in this adaptation of F. Hugh Herbert's popular radio show and stories. The series followed the misadventures of a typical American teenage girl, dealing with family, friends, and young romance. Corliss's relationship with her parents and her boyfriend Dexter Franklin provided the core of most episodes. The show captured 1950s teenage life with humor and understanding, avoiding the simplistic portrayals common in that era. Each episode featured Corliss's creative solutions to typical teenage problems, often leading to comedic complications. The series influenced later shows about teenage life and family dynamics. Its portrayal of a teenage girl as clever and resourceful, rather than just boy crazy, was progressive for its time. The show demonstrated that television could treat teenage characters with respect, while remaining entertaining for all ages. The Ray Bolger Show, 1953 to 1955. Ray Bolger brought his legendary dancing and comedic skills to this situation comedy, originally titled Where's Raymond? Bolger played Raymond Wallace, a song and dance man constantly juggling his show business career with personal life. The series combined traditional situation comedy with musical numbers that showcased Bolger's remarkable talents. Each episode featured at least one dance sequence, integrated naturally into the plot. The show demonstrated how television could incorporate Broadway-style entertainment into narrative comedy. Its mix of music, dance, and situation comedy influenced later series that combined performance with plot. The series proved that television could showcase theatrical talent while maintaining narrative coherence. Despite its short run, the show established conventions for incorporating musical performance into situation comedy. Bolger's physical comedy and dance routines set standards for television entertainment. If you're enjoying these forgotten gems, make sure to subscribe for more television treasures. From pioneering crime dramas to groundbreaking science fiction, these forgotten shows laid the foundation for television as we know it today. Thanks for joining us on this journey through TV's golden age. Don't forget to subscribe to Past America and share your favorite classic shows in the comments below.